Craigslist used to be about couches, car parts, and maybe a date you'd regret. But now it's a hunting ground for the strange, for the desperate, and sometimes for things that shouldn't exist. Tonight I've got 3 stories, all real, all pulled straight from the wrong side of a free listing. You're watching Whispers Between Worlds. We upload horror every night. This one's from a guy named Ellis. He'd just moved to a new city. Cheap rent, no furniture, and barely $1 to his name. Craigslist became his lifeline. You'd be amazed how many people give away stuff for free when they don't want to carry it downstairs. So he finds this listing. Free couch. U-Haul. Basement access only. Bring help. No photo. Just an address and the line. Midnight pickup preferred. Too hot during the day? Most folks would have skipped it, but Ellis was desperate. He figured weird hours just meant a night shift worker or someone shy. So he grabs a flashlight and a buddy named Shane, and they head out around 11:45 p.m. The house is in a part of town that GPS barely recognizes. Trees grow too close to the road, like they're trying to lean in. No porch lights, no street lights. Just this long gravel driveway and a flickering motion sensor near a side door. They knocked, no answer. But the door's unlocked. Inside, it's quiet, too quiet. The kind of quiet where your ears start ringing because they're confused. Place smells like dust and wet wood. Then, from deeper inside, a voice calls out. Basement's open. Couch is down there. Don't scratch the floor. They never saw who said it. So they head down the steps. Flashlight cuts through the dark like a knife, but the bulb flickers. Basement's massive, cold. Feels like a fallout shelter. And there it is, the couch. Old red velvet, dusty but not destroyed. Thing looked heavy. Ellis walks toward it, runs a hand across the fabric, and suddenly the light goes out, total black. They freeze. Shane clicks his lighter, and that's when they see it. There's something lying on the couch. Not someone something thin, pale, covered in dirt. Its chest slowly rising like it's asleep, or pretending. Shane whispers, "Dude, it wasn't there a second ago." They back up, quiet, slow. That's when the thing's eyes snap open. White, glossy, dead. But watching it lets out this sound, like breathing in reverse. They don't wait, they bolt. As they run back up the stairs, the flashlight flickers on for 1 second. And in that second, Ellis swears he saw at least 4 more of them, all sitting quietly in the corners, some standing. No one comes out after them, but as they speed off, Shane looks back and says, "There was no couch in the ad, man. It was the trap. They wanted us to bring it up." Ellis posted a warning on Craigslist the next day. The listing was gone, but 3 nights later, a new ad popped up under free stuff. Same format, different house. No photo, just the words. Free couch. Basement only. Midnight pickup preferred. Don't scratch the floor.
That couch should have stayed in the dark. But this next one, it's about a room that stayed quiet for a reason.
Story 2. Room for rent must like privacy. The old man slowly shifts in his seat. Like this one bothers him more than he wants to admit. He studies his voice. Old man? This one comes from a girl named Tasha. Moved to Portland for school. Couldn't afford the dorms, so she turned to Craigslist. Found a listing that read, room for rent. $250 month. Must like privacy. No guest. No questions. Now, most people would have scrolled past. But she didn't. She emailed. Got a reply instantly. Just an address and room is ready. Move in tonight if you'd like. The house was in the woods just outside the city. Looked like a rental from the outside. Clean lawn. Empty porch. Quiet. A man in his 60s opened the door. Pale. Thin. Polite, but stiff. He said very little. Just walked her upstairs, showed her a room with a bed, a window, and one rule. Your door stays shut after 10 p.m., no matter what you hear. Got it? Tasha laughed it off. Thought it was a weird roommate quirk. But that night, around 1:30 a.m., she heard footsteps in the hallway. Heavy ones. Then slow knocking. On every door, but never hers. She looked under the door crack. Just saw something moving. Bare feet. Too pale. Too long. Then came a voice, not the old man's. Why's hers shut? Something else answered. She followed the rules. Next morning, the man acted like nothing happened. Offered her toast. Asked if she slept well. Tasha asked who else lived there. He smiled and said, "You wouldn't believe me if I told you." She stayed one more night. This time, the knocking stopped right outside her door, and whatever it was, it crouched, pressed something against the door. She peeked through the keyhole. She saw an eye, but it blinked sideways, and smiled. She didn't sleep. She waited till morning, grabbed her bag, and ran. No goodbye. No refund. When she got to her friend's place and pulled out her phone to show them the listing, it was gone. All that was left in her photo album was a blurry screenshot of the original post. At the very bottom, in faded text, it said, "No one ever stays past 3 nights."
The rent was cheap, but the mirror? That's a whole nother price.
Story 3. Help me move a mirror. The old man's voice drops a little lower now. He pauses before starting, as if remembering something he shouldn't. Old man. This one came from a guy named Marlon. He wasn't broke, wasn't desperate, just bored. He used to scroll Craigslist for the weirdest jobs he could find. The stranger, the better. One night, he finds this listing. Need help moving antique mirror. Will pay $500. 1 hour max. Must be done between 2 to 3 a.m. No phone number, just an address and a single line. Do not look into it. He laughs, thinks it's a prank, but he replies anyway. The response is instant. Confirmed. Bring gloves. Do not ask questions. Payment will be an envelope by front door. So he goes. It's a 3-story Victorian at the edge of town. Looks abandoned except for one porch light flickering like it's fighting to stay lit. Sure enough, there's an envelope on the step. Inside, 5 crisp $100 bills. The door's cracked open. He steps inside. Place smells like old metal and perfume. Dust hangs in the air like smoke. No one greets him. Just a note on the floor that says, "Upstairs, first door on the left." He walks up the creaking staircase, each step sounding like a warning. Opens the door, and there it is. The mirror, massive. Carved wood frame, must be 7 feet tall. It's leaned against the wall, covered with a white cloth. Another note sits on top of it. Do not remove the cloth. Carry it down and leave it on the porch. He bends down, grabs the base, and the cloth slips a little. Just a corner, but he sees something. Not his reflection, not fully, just part of his head, but bald. His shirt, but bloody, his hand, but missing 2 fingers. He jerks the cloth back into place. Heart pounding. Halfway down the stairs, he hears footsteps above him. Slow, deliberate, and then a hand touches his shoulder. He spins around. No one there. But the cloth on the mirror is gone, and it's still showing him. Still not right. Older, pale, eyes fully black. And it moves. Smiles. Raises a finger to its lips. She. Marlon drops the mirror. It doesn't break. It doesn't make a sound. It just lands. Still upright. And the version of him inside? Still watching. Still smiling. He leaves. Never asks for more jobs. But sometimes at night he says he sees flashes of that same reflection, and puddles. In windows, in other people's eyes, and one time, just once, he got another email. No subject, no body. Just an attachment, a photo of the mirror, and in it he's missing. The old man looks up. His face is cold. Old man? Some jobs pay fast, some jobs pay well, but Craigslist will pay you in nightmares. If you're lucky.
You came here for bargains. You stayed for bodies. Remember, Craigslist never asked for your ID. It never promised what you'd walk away with. And it damn sure never warned you about the things you might take home. This is Whispers Between Worlds. We upload horror every night. So, next time you're scrolling through free couches, weird jobs, or strange rooms for rent, ask yourself one thing. Who's really answering the ad? Good night. And don't forget to check your mirror.